Did you know that deep within the forests of Southeast Asia, new species are still being discovered? In the 1990s, scientists were stunned by the confirmation of a large bovine antelope in Vietnam, an animal previously unknown to the outside world. Are you surprised that in our modern age, some forests still hide animals that scientists can barely believe exist? These are places where mystery clings to the humid air like the morning mist. Welcome to the wild heart of Vietnam, a realm of staggering biodiversity, ancient history, and incredible resilience. Here, life thrives in a complex tapestry woven across mountains, lowlands, and coasts. This is a world far removed from the bustling cities, a sanctuary of green that holds secrets critical not just for Vietnam, but for the entire planet. Let's journey into these jungles and explore the forces that have shaped them, the life they support, and the challenges they face in the 21st century. Vietnam's jungles are not a single uniform entity. They are a mosaic of distinct ecoregions, each with its own character and inhabitants. Along the coast, dense mangrove forests stand on stilted roots, their branches forming a vital barrier against storms and a nursery for marine life. Moving inland, you find the lowland evergreen forests, characterized by a warm, humid climate year-round. These forests are rich with life, from the forest floor to the highest branches. But the most dramatic landscapes are found in the highlands. The Annamite Range, a rugged mountain chain forming the backbone of the country, is home to some of the most unique ecosystems on Earth. Here, at higher elevations, the air cools, and the landscape transforms into montane forests. These are the cloud forests, perpetually draped in mist, where every surface is covered in a thick blanket of moss and epiphytes. This incredible geographic diversity is the foundation for Vietnam's extraordinary biodiversity. The rhythm of life in these jungles is dictated by the monsoon. This powerful climate pattern divides the year into two distinct seasons: wet and dry. From May to October, the southwest monsoon brings heavy, life-giving rains. The forest becomes saturated, rivers swell, and the canopy explodes with new growth. This is a time of abundance, when fruits ripen and insects flourish, providing a feast for the animals that live here. Then, from November to April, the dry season arrives. The rains cease, and the forest floor becomes a carpet of dry leaves. Some trees shed their foliage to conserve water, opening up the canopy and allowing sunlight to reach the understory. Animals must adapt their behavior, often congregating around the remaining water sources. This cyclical pattern of wet and dry is the engine that drives the entire ecosystem, influencing everything from plant flowering to animal migrations and breeding cycles. The flora of Vietnam's jungles is as diverse as its geography. Towering above all else are the dipterocarps, giant trees that can reach over 70 meters in height, forming the emergent layer of the canopy. Their crowns create a world of their own, home to countless birds and insects. Below them, the forest is structured in layers. Bamboo groves are a common sight, their fast-growing stalks creating dense thickets that provide shelter for many animals. The understory is a world of ferns, shrubs, and young trees, all competing for the dappled light that filters down from above. But perhaps the most fascinating plants are the epiphytes. These are plants that grow on other plants, using tree trunks and branches as anchors to get closer to the sunlight. Orchids, ferns, and mosses are all common epiphytes, and they add a layer of intricate detail to the forest, turning every tree into a vertical garden. This rich plant life supports an equally incredible array of animals. The canopy echoes with the haunting calls of gibbons, acrobatic primates that swing through the trees with breathtaking grace. Colorful langurs leap from branch to branch, while the loud whoosh of wings announces the presence of great hornbills, which carve their nests in the cavities of old trees. On the forest floor, secretive creatures roam. The elusive pangolin, a mammal covered in protective keratin scales, forages for ants and termites under the cover of darkness. But the Annamite Range holds the greatest treasures. This is the home of the saola, the Asian unicorn discovered in 1992. This forest-dwelling bovine is so rare that it has never been seen in the wild by a biologist, and it represents one of the most significant zoological discoveries of the 20th century. It lives alongside other endemic species, like the Truong Son Muntjac, a small deer also discovered in the 1990s, highlighting the region's status as a global center of biodiversity. The history of these forests is deeply intertwined with human history, marked by both coexistence and conflict. For centuries, local communities have lived in and around the jungles, relying on them for resources. But the 20th century brought unprecedented destruction. During the Vietnam War, the forest became a battleground. Millions of hectares were sprayed with powerful chemical defoliants, like Agent Orange, in an attempt to strip away the canopy cover. These toxins stripped the trees bare, poisoned the soil and water, and had devastating, long-lasting effects on both wildlife and people. At the same time, intensive bombing campaigns shattered the landscape, leaving behind a legacy of craters that filled with water, altering the very topography of the valleys. The ecological damage was immense. While the forests have shown remarkable resilience, with regrowth slowly covering the scars of war, the recovery is far from complete. The lingering toxins and fragmented habitats are challenges that persist to this day. Today, the jungles of Vietnam face a new set of pressures. Illegal logging continues to degrade habitats, targeting valuable hardwoods and fragmenting once continuous forests. The expansion of agriculture, driven by a growing population and global demand for crops like coffee and rubber, pushes the forest boundaries back further each year. This habitat loss is the single greatest threat to Vietnam's wildlife, pushing many species, including the saola and various primates, to the brink of extinction. In response, Vietnam has established a network of national parks and protected areas, such as Cat Tien, Phong Nha Ke Bang, and Cuc Phuong. These parks serve as critical refuges for biodiversity. Conservation efforts are underway, focusing on reforestation, anti-poaching patrols, and working with local communities to create sustainable livelihoods that don't depend on forest destruction. The future of these jungles now rests on a delicate balance between development and preservation. So why does all of this matter? What survives in Vietnam's jungles is important, not just for its own sake, but for the entire planet. These forests are massive carbon sinks, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and helping to moderate the global climate. They protect vital watersheds, ensuring a steady supply of clean water for millions of people downstream. They support the livelihoods of local communities who depend on the forest for food, medicine, and cultural identity. The biodiversity they hold is a priceless genetic library with potential discoveries that could benefit all of humanity. If you ever have the chance to visit, do so with respect. Follow marked trails, hire local guides, and practice leave-no-trace principles. By supporting responsible ecotourism, you contribute to the protection of these incredible ecosystems. The wild heart of Vietnam is a place of wonder and importance, a reminder of what we stand to lose, and a testament to the enduring power of nature.